There is a specific look your baby gives you. Not the cry face, not the sleepy face, a particular half-second widening of the eyes right before they break into a smile, reserved almost entirely for you. You've seen it 100 times. You've probably never asked what it means. It means your baby is checking a file, a real one, built out of your voice, your smell, your face, your rhythm, laid down in a brain that is wiring itself faster right now than it ever will again. Your baby cannot tell you what's in that file, but you're filling it every single day, mostly without knowing it.
Welcome to the Baby Brain Code, where we go past what your baby does and into what they're actually thinking, feeling, and trying to tell you. If you've ever wondered what's really happening behind those eyes at 3 a.m., this one's for you. Number 4 will change how you think about bath time. And by number 9, you'll understand why some ordinary days matter more than the special ones. Let's get into it. 1. Your baby remembers your voice from before they had a face to put it to. The preference starts in the womb, where your voice reached them through bone and fluid long before their eyes ever opened. Researchers DeCasper and Pfeiffer showed this directly. Newborns just days old would change how they sucked on a pacifier specifically to trigger a recording of their mother's voice over a stranger's. They were working for it. That's not coincidence. That's memory, already active, before your baby could focus on your face. Here's what this looks like tonight. You don't need a special voice or a performance. Narrate the diaper change. Talk through making dinner. Say out loud, "Okay, we're going upstairs now." Your baby isn't listening for information. They're listening for you. 2. Your baby remembers your smell, and it's shaping how their brain learns to recognize faces at all. Researcher Arnaud Leloup, using EEG with very young infants, found that babies process faces faster and more efficiently when your particular scent is present, and that this boost is strongest in the youngest babies before their vision has fully caught up. Your smell is quietly training their whole face recognition system in the background. That's what the shirt in the crib is really doing when you leave it there during a nap. Not comfort as a nice idea, comfort as active neurological scaffolding. 3. Your baby remembers what your face does when they cry. This is the one people don't love hearing, so let's be careful with it. In Edward Tronick's still face experiments, babies watching a normally warm, responsive parent suddenly go flat and unresponsive, even briefly, showed real distress, fussing, looking away, trying every trick they had to get the connection back. That's not fragility. That's a baby who has already learned your face usually responds, asking for the pattern to continue. Here's what this looks like. You don't need to be endlessly upbeat. You need to come back. Tronick's later work found that parents and babies are actually out of sync more often than in sync, even in healthy relationships, and what mattered wasn't avoiding the rupture, it was the repair. That's not failure. That's love, practiced in real time. 4. Your baby remembers being imitated, and it's often the first proof they have that they exist to you. Psychologist Andrew Meltzoff found that infants only days old would stick out their tongue in response to an adult doing the same, evidence that babies arrive already wired to connect their own body to someone else's. When you mirror your baby's face or sounds back at them, you're confirming again and again that they've been seen clearly enough to be copied. Try it tonight in the bath. Open your mouth wide when they do. Wait. Watch what happens on their face when they realize you copied them on purpose. 5. Your baby remembers the rhythm of being held. Researcher Ruth Feldman's work on what she calls biobehavioral synchrony found that coordinated touch, gaze, and vocal rhythm between parent and infant triggers shared oxytocin release in both of you, meaning the closeness isn't just felt, it's biologically mirrored on both sides, and babies who experience it regularly show stronger stress regulation later. If this is giving you something, hit subscribe. This is exactly what we dig into every week. And in the comments, tell me, What's a small routine with your baby that you didn't realize was actually doing something until right now? 6. Your baby remembers the shape of your speech before a single word makes sense. Linguist Patricia Kuhl's research found that infants absorb the sound patterns of language, including the exaggerated sing-song cadence of parentese, well before they can produce any words themselves, and that this early exposure shapes the brain's architecture for language going forward.
That babbling back and forth that feels like nothing, it's the foundation everything else gets built on top of. 7. Your baby remembers who shows up when they're in pain or distress, down to the level of their stress chemistry. Research into skin-to-skin and kangaroo care, pioneered by physician Nils Bergman, found that direct contact with a caregiver measurably reduces infant stress responses during medical procedures compared to being left in a bassinet alone. Your closeness isn't just emotionally soothing, it's physiologically regulating in a way instruments can actually detect. This doesn't mean every cry needs to be solved in 10 seconds. It means when you do show up, it registers deeper than you'd think. 8. Your baby remembers whether you're a safe place to return to. Attachment researchers John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth called this a secure base. Babies don't need constant closeness to feel secure. They need confidence that they can go explore and come back to you. Ainsworth's research found securely attached babies actually explored more, not less, when they trusted you'd be there.
You don't need to be in arm's reach every second. The goodbye and the reunion matter more than the hours in between ever will. 9. Your baby remembers predictability more than they remember any single perfect day. Research on early emotional development, including work associated with Alan Sroufe, points to consistency of response, not intensity of any one moment, as what builds a baby's sense that the world makes sense. One extraordinary outing doesn't outweigh 10 ordinary bedtimes, done the same way, at roughly the same time, by the same person. That's good news, actually. You don't need to manufacture magic. You need Tuesday to feel like Tuesday. And the last one, the big one, isn't about a moment at all. It's about your state. Researchers like Alan Shore, along with teams at Harvard's Center on the Developing Child, have described how infants co-regulate their own nervous systems using yours. Your baby isn't only watching what you do, they're absorbing what your body is doing while you do it. Your breath, your tension, whether your voice is tight even when your words sound calm. This is not a guilt sentence. Your baby doesn't need a parent who's calm all the time. That parent doesn't exist. What the research points to, again and again, is that co-regulation isn't about perfection. It's about pattern, a nervous system that gets loud sometimes and comes back down. So here's what I want you to know walking away from this. You are not failing. Not if you lost your patience today, not if you've never heard of a single one of these names before this video, not if you're doing this alone, working 2 jobs, or starting from a place that looks nothing like where you thought you'd be. None of that erases what's already sitting in that file. It just means today is a fine day to keep adding to it. Tonight, when you pick your baby up, not for anything special, just for the ordinary moment it already is, say something out loud. Let them catch your smell. Let your face do what it actually does when it sees them. That look you've seen 100 times and never quite understood, that's not nothing. That's recognition. That's your baby filing you away as home. You already are the thing they remember.